One morning, it started as ordinary as everything else. Cars and traffic, pedestrians, people trying to get to work in the morning, just like every other morning. But something was different that morning. An old woman's car suddenly stopped on the road. Her car stopped, the engine stalled, and she found herself right in the middle. As she struggled to pull over to the side of the curb, the cars behind her started to pass her one by one. But no one stopped. Everyone was in their own world, busy with their own troubles. There was a desperation in that woman's eyes, a hope lost with the fatigue of years. But no one noticed. The tears slowly gathering in her eyes were mixing with the loneliness she was experiencing. After a few minutes, when it was thought that everything was continuing as normal, something changed at that moment. A car, unlike the others, stopped. It was an event that shocked everyone in traffic, an event that would not happen on an ordinary day. The car had not entered the road at speed. Everyone was confused, trying to understand why this car had stopped. Although the man who got out of it was a familiar face, no one understood what was happening at that moment. But that man was Trump. Trump had never planned this moment before. No one expected something like this. But when he saw that woman in need of help, he took action without hesitation. He stepped towards the woman who was stranded on the road. The car parked next to her, and everyone's eyes were watching that moment. Trump walked towards the woman, and as he approached her, there was fear in the woman, but also a glimmer of hope. Trump carefully walked around the woman's car. No one could have guessed how important such a simple gesture would be. Everyone stopped and turned their eyes to him. But Trump, ignoring the crowd around him, said only one thing to that woman: "Don't worry, I'll get you out of here safely." At that moment, something changed in many people's eyes. The woman was not just a person looking for help, but in fact, she had become a symbol that reminded us of the human values that had been lost in all of us. Trump was not just a benefactor. He had become a figure who touched everyone's heart and reminded people that they were valuable. At that moment, hope blossomed in that woman's eyes because she felt the goodness, courage, and determination inside a person, not just to get rid of a car. That tense moment in traffic had changed with such a simple intervention. People had immediately started to go on their way, but at that moment, a realization had arisen inside everyone. The trust that remained in that woman's eyes showed everyone how valuable Trump's action was. That moment was not just a journey. That moment was proof of how much a difference one person can make in another person's life with his help. After Trump had safely gotten the woman out of the car and helped her, the gratitude in the woman's eyes spoke volumes to the entire world. That woman's loneliness had been erased by another person's courage. After that moment, the woman was so strong that it was as if she had found back the hopes that had been lost for years. And Trump would remain not just a man, but a symbol. As that woman's eyes looked at Trump, she realized that he was much more than just a helpful man, because sometimes someone's help can change everything. This event would remain a memory that everyone would remember, because a forgotten humanity came back into being by holding someone's hand. That moment showed how simple yet powerful changes can sometimes happen in life. This video will remind you how the smallest yet most valuable changes in life can have a great meaning when they come together. Trump may have been seen as just a man, but he actually showed us all the lost human values, the power of love and cooperation. That moment was truly unforgettable.